We're locked in. GloucesterCast 285. It is Fiesta 2018 week.
The eve of, right?
It is all about to happen.
It's about to blow up. Right?
Craziness.
And the anticipation is just palpable.
The best part of the year,
Yes.
Gloucester's Super Bowl.
Are you ready for it? Are you ready?
You know, I have a confession to make. I'm a little bit older, and I'm not, and my dad's not around anymore. So it's great. Fiesta is the greatest thing ever to me. I mean, to a lot of Gloucester people. It's not what it has been in the past. Yeah. My kids are a little bit older, but and I don't have them this year for Fiesta, so it's all good though. It's all listen. It's still the spectacle. It is still for 9 out of 10 Gloucester people. Yes. This is the shit.
And for filmmakers,
filmmaker, visual.
Just,
photographers. We'll go around and we're going to do introductions so I don't blow everybody off. Last week was an absolute shit show here. We had to break the podcast into 2 sections. I didn't even get people's names down. No one got credits. It was just like people.
What do you want me to do in the future? Because I noticed that we weren't. Should I do a little, make a little sign or something for you that we need to introduce our cue cards?
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, maybe you could. You can always interrupt me. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
We're not so rigid here that you can't interrupt me. But
I don't want to mess up your train of thought.
It was so crazy last week. Last week was the craziest one.
Yes.
And I had.
It was awesome.
See what happens is people tell me I forgot you guys were coming in. I forgot you're coming in. I don't even have this in my head. It's just, I just tell people throughout the week can we come in on the podcast? I'm like, sure, come on in, and then I'm poof, it comes in and it goes out. We're going to go around. We're going to do introductions. Go ahead.
Okay. Patty Amaral, pal. Judy Rose, pal.
Cara Piske, Drinktime Almost and Gloucester Teas. Nichole Schrafft. I have nothing to say after that. I don't know what to say.
Resident alcoholic.
Oh my God!
It's a joke. It's a running joke. It's a running joke. We kid. Fake news. Yeah, there you go. Fake news.
Fake news. Hashtag fake news.
Hashtag fake news. And we have Kim Smith here.
Good morning, Gloucester.
And I'm your host, Joey Shimataro. So in my show notes it wrote Fiesta, because it's just crept. It seemed like it crept up on us this year.
Yes, yeah.
Is it now? Yes, no.
It came very fast.
It came very fast, even though it's later than usual. You know what I mean? Even though
it's we don't have the week in between.
Right.
For the 3rd,
Yeah.
So it's
huge.
It's gonna be
epic.
It's gonna be and when it's all over after the parade, and for us Gloucester people, the 4th is kind of like an exhale, isn't it? Kind of like I can't drink anymore. Or eat. I can't. I'm just you're ready to just. Get onto the beach and chillax and forget planning anything.
Plus my arms are tight from kayaking.
There you go. You're out there, right? But we're going to quickly, one thing of note, Cape Ann Community Cinema, kind of in a roundabout way, sponsors the blog. They give us 2 free tickets to Cape Ann Community Cinema. The cinema listings are always sticky at the top of the calendar, at the top of the blog. You can click to the link in the show notes to go directly to the website. I'm going to give you guys 2 tickets right now.
Cut it out.
Here you go.
Thank you.
To Cape Ann Community
I was just there last night.
See, you could have used the tickets.
Yes, wonderful film.
There you go. That's what we're going to do for now. We're just going to give them to guests.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Give them to guests.
Sweet idea.
Yeah, it's a little give back for you guys coming in and sharing your information. You guys have a very exciting. So PAL. Explain what is PAL.
PAL is the acronym for People Against Litter. And what we are trying to do is make Gloucester a clean city with the help of the citizens of Gloucester and actually the employees of Gloucester as well. Bring everybody together in a grassroots. So we are asking people to sign up to clean up in front of their house. We're kicking off our initiative at St. Peter's Fiesta on Family Night, Thursday night. We're going to have a table down there to get people to sign up to clean up in front of their house. And then we have an amazing float in the Fishtown Horribles Parade.
which is awesome.
Which is amazing. And we're going to be giving away a yellow bag, courtesy of the DPW, which the mayor got for us. We have 1,500 of them. And wildflower seeds, courtesy of Neptune's Harvest.
Yay.
It's really cool. So I'm going to have this will be in the show notes as well. A picture. I took the photo of the bag. It's stapled with the packet of seeds. It's all one compact packet with the information
And
tag
information,
on it.
what to do with it. A lot of people, they get the yellow bag, and they're like, what do I do with this yellow bag?
There you go.
And so it gives you instructions on what you to do.
There you go. And the seeds. I mean, wow, what a great idea that is.
Right.
You know?
Neptune's Harvest, thank you for them.
So so give all the I want you just get all the shout outs all out of the way. Who helped make this happen?
Okay, well, the people that started PAL are
Patty Amaral, Judy
myself,
Rose,
my
Jane
sisters,
Sweet.
Jane Sweet, Wendy Rose, and Dawn Alves. We are all part of naming it, coming up with the initiative of what it's about. The people that have helped us as far as corporations, Neptune's Harvest, the City of Gloucester, Lene Stewart's our website designer.
And the website is
It's palgloucester.com.
palgloucester.com. You can't forget that.
We also have a Facebook
Can't
page.
forget that.
Yeah, Pal Gloucester.
Oh, there's also a Facebook page.
Yeah.
We're linking to Pal Gloucester in the show notes, so if you want information, you can go directly there. And it's very simple, though. I like how you just boiled it right down.
Yeah.
Like, complete sign up, clean up right in front of your house, and you're making impact.
Yeah. First, we were thinking about this large span of cleaning up. We're like doing the numbers where people live. Like some streets are bigger, like Essex Street and stuff. Like one person can't do that. But then we narrowed it down to how about you just walk outside your house. Remember that old saying, like people if they just cleaned out in the front of the house. Remember the businesses? The other day I went down Main Street. A guy was sitting there sweeping his out in front of his place. And then in the old days, they used to fill up a bucket of water with suds. And they used to clean it,
wash it.
Because we can't.
Downtown?
Yeah. This is what used to happen. And we can't ask the city to do this anymore because we know they don't have
The
the
resources.
means to do it. So if we want a clean city, we're going to have to do it by our own hands. And this is what we're trying to get people to do.
Fantastic. I applaud your efforts.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is really. I love how perfect this whole setup is, and you'll see in the picture. You get the.
Package
Let's
of
see.
love.
Those are seeds shaking in the thing. It's stapled to the yellow bag, and the information. I'm going to read what it says on the little tag here. Be a pal. People against litter. Clean up your address. Yellow bags available at Gloucester DBW office, 28 Poplar Street. Monday to Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Friday, 4 p.m. Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Fill yellow bags, close tightly, leave on street, and call DPW to pick it up with your address. Always recycle. www.palgloucester.com for more info. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Can I see the seed package?
Yeah.
See what's in there?
Oh, let's see. Give us the rundown.
Okay, this package contains annual red poppies, baby's breath, cornflowers, and other varieties. That's it. That's all the information that's given about the wildflower.
Well, that's because Neptune's put a label on the back of it, so it
What
might
is
have
that?
had more.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
so
because
it
that's
had
a
more.
sticker. That's
Oh,
their
I see.
sticker.
That's their sticker.
Yeah, but it says good vibes on the other side, which is
Right.
kind of
Well,
cool.
you know what? It's done. It's put together by American Meadows, and they do a really nice job.
Great.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, there you go.
Flowers everywhere instead of garbage.
Yeah. You know,
Isn't it a
and
wonderful
Nice.
thing?
recently I went on a trip to Texas, and I did notice Lady Bird Johnson was the one who did all the wildflowers on the highway. And I went, wouldn't that be wonderful too?
Yeah.
If we could do that, and look at Gloucester, we come down, the grass is this high, and it's all about that appearance.
She's the one who started the whole anti-litter campaign in the 60s.
Lady Bird Johnson?
Lady Bird
Was that her
Johnson.
thing? You know how every president's
Yeah.
wife takes
Oh,
on
wow.
the
Yeah,
thing?
that's what she did. That
And
was
she
her thing.
started the Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center, and when you are in Texas and you see fields and fields of blue bonnets, which are she's very focused on. She was very focused on native plants, on North American native plants. The seeds in there aren't necessarily North American natives. She was very focused on
that.
because North American native wildflowers support our local pollinator, our native
Right,
pollinators.
right.
So she's an amazing person.
That's very
Wonderful.
cool. I'm gonna research about that.
And so the form that we have to sign up to cleanup, you don't have to have your full name on there. You don't have to have your full address on there, and you can use your animal's name if you wanted to keep it like that.
Right, so when you sign up to clean up, say you don't want somebody to know your specific address, you can say 1 through 3, and you can just say Susan at 1 through 3 ABC Street.
And then how do you
So-
deliver the yellow bag? Are you delivering the yellow bags, or how do people get the yellow bags?
Okay, so during the Fiesta on Thursday night, family night, and then during the parade, we're going to have clipboards, and we're going to sign people up. Going forward, you can sign up on our website. And then we will send, if you donate a certain amount, you get a t-shirt, a couple yellow bags, and some rubber gloves.
Okay.
If you want to be a neighborhood leader, then you get a picker too. Trash picker upper.
Yeah, we're gonna get some grabbers and
Yeah.
the leaders will get a
Pickers
grabber.
and grabbers.
And
Love our grabbers.
what we want to do every year is award a neighborhood that has the most people signed up to clean up. That year we will honor them in our parade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Love that idea.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing your float.
Oh, it's going to be wonderful.
It's amazing.
It's all grassroots stuff, all from recycled materials, and it is so colorful and beautiful and fun.
And I'm gonna be a turtle. I'm gonna be a
So
turtle.
great. I'm going to be a fish.
And I
gotta be a turtle. I gotta be a
We have just our local group, Impact. We have lots of people. My sister Janie. Lots of people have been participating. Laurel and Jimmy T.
Nice.
Lots of people.
they're gonna be in our
Awesome.
float.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm psyched for you guys.
Thank you.
All right, anything to add in closing?
We just hope everyone will, do
Look for
this.
you in the
Sign up for
parade.
clean up.
Come down Thursday night at Fiesta.
Yes.
Check out the
Be
website.
part of the solution.
Be part of
Be
it.
part of the solution, because the solution is very simple. Your two hands can make the
Clean up
solution
in front of your
happen.
house.
Love it. Thank you guys.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Patty and Judy just had to leave, but we forgot to mention that they won a awesome Gloucester grant
Right. For PAL.
for PAL,
Right.
and
And I think that they said that the money paid to
their website and part of the boards that
boards,
went
right.
for education.
Well, they're not for education; they're just decorative photos. There, the boards at the Good Harbor Beach and Wingersheek Beach, they're just photos.
Visually educative, though, because of showing people what animals.
But there's
are
no
here.
names on them identifying it or anything like that.
They told me that
It's
was
just-
part of the idea behind it, to let people know what kind of wildlife we have.
That there, I guess it's more like there is wildlife.
There is wildlife. There's no identifying information.
Kim has a thing about this.
There's birds that aren't even on Good Harbor Beach there. So it's more about just the photos.
So I know, Kim, you're very knowledgeable about different birds. I saw these I think they're terns when I was out kayaking the other day.
Oh yeah, we have least terns and common terns around here. Were they doing the thing where they fly down and dive straight down?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And they have a really cool call.
Yes. We have both kinds nesting around here, mostly common terns. But this group of terns that I'm following in Winthrop Beach, I've filmed them mating, doing this really funny courtship dance. You would love this, where the male dangles a fish in front of the female's face. He does this over and over again, and then she tries to grab it, but then they, have sex, and then he suddenly gives it to her.
Suddenly gives it to
But
her.
sometimes she takes it before it happens and flies away quickly.
Oh, sneaky women.
I can hear that.
Sneaky women.
Whose voice is it on all those old National Geographic movies? And suddenly he gives it to her. What's that like? The
Who's man?
Oh, isn't there those great YouTube videos? Did you ever see those ones where they dub the audio over with totally inappropriate?
It's British, so they always bleep out the word dick. Right?
Yeah, it's really those are hilarious.
Are
Good stuff.
hilarious.
But I don't remember seeing those terns before, and they're really cool.
Yeah,
Beautiful
and
birds.
We're so fortunate. How we have so many egrets here now. I think the waters are just getting cleaner, and Massachusetts is just becoming such a wonderful place for
Awesome.
shorebirds.
I wanted to go over just quickly St. Peter's Fiesta schedule. There's a link in the show notes. Bill O'Connor from NorthShoreKid.com, who has a great... Nichole always gives a shout out to him when she does it. Nichole's Picks. Nichole does weekly on Thursdays her Nichole's Family Picks, which she highlights generally like 3 or more like great things to do with your kids. Because when you have kids like between those ages of like you need to occupy them.
I follow now because I have Charlotte every Saturday.
Well, there you go. Yeah,
So
no,
I follow now.
and there's great. She gives great suggestions, things that, and a lot of them are like offbeat that you would not even think of. How do you find some of those?
Well, so we travel in a lot of circles, which is good, between the kids and all their activities. And then up at Harbor Light, I have a lot of parents up there who share a lot of information. But that having been said, North Shore Kid is a huge resource, as is Boston Central and Hula Frog, and so we do a lot of advertising at Harbor Light with those 3 websites. So I'm on them often. Kelly O'Connor has been hugely helpful with some Harbor Light advertising lately, so I love them for lots of different reasons. So I stalk their websites often, and then find some of the things there, other things I've just heard about from kids at school or from hockey people or Sea Cadet people or whatever. So
that's great.
Yeah.
No, it's great. And at the top of the blog, if you go to the actual blog, there's a link to Nichole's Picks. She has her own tab
at the top.
On the top.
Oh,
on the top.
Oh, I did not know that. I'll look there.
Yeah, you can just go directly there.
Sometimes I'm like scrolling through, so I'll just go right there.
You can go. Okay. You can go to her tab, or you can,
nice.
if you're in the search box, you can type in Nichole's Picks.
Okay, nice.
It'll come up. All right. In my head, Fiesta starts on Thursday, but over the years, Fiesta has migrated, and they try to like expand it to like Wednesday and this, that, and the other thing. The Novena starts has actually already started on June 18th. It's at the American Legion Hall at 7:00 every night, and it goes all the way through Tuesday, June 26th. Wednesday, there's music entertainment at St. Peter's Park, Vinyl Groove. The carnival's open on Wednesday, 5 to midnight.
Is it on Wednesday? Is it for local people? Is that what it is?
I don't know. It doesn't say on the schedule.
Usually they have one.
Special deal or something.
Special deal.
Yeah, I don't know.
The first night.
Thursday at 6:30, the Fiesta 5K road race.
People love
if you ever go down there, like there's high energy. People, a lot of smiles on that road race. The Cape Ann YMCA, I think, sponsors that. Starting location is Stage 4 Park. Finish line at St. Peter's Park. Oh, that's where they start now. They don't start down the fort anymore. They used to start at the fort. For further details, contact the Cape Ann YMCA. 8 to 11, entertainment downtown. And the carnival is open from 5 to midnight. Friday, 4:45 p.m., the Greasy Pole Contest and Women's Sailboat Races at Pavilion Beach. 6:30, entertainment before the opening ceremonies. 7:00, formal opening at St. Peter's Square. Entertainment will immediately follow until 11:30 p.m. The carnival's open from 2 p.m. to midnight on Friday. Saturday, 10 a.m. At Pavilion Beach. The Gloucester Coast Guard versus the Gloucester Fire Department and Gloucester Police Department sailboat races. 3:00, children's games at Beach Court. 4:45 p.m. sports events at Pavilion Beach, sailboat races and Greasy Pole Contest. 8 to 11:30 musical entertainment. Sunday.
Wait, can I add something to Saturday? Though,
sure.
That's not on there. Is the the Clayton sisters, Amy and Robin, the Crazy Hat ladies.
Yeah.
Their Orchard Street parade is at 3:00
on Saturday.
On Saturday. Yeah.
See, they don't list them in the official thing.
Yeah, well, they should, because they've really gone all out.
They really do. They always do.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
They are awesome.
They're like photography wise.
Yeah.
They're always a spectacle. I love them.
They are. Their hats are amazing, but they have a friend now who is helping them build like big things now for the parade this year. Big
I love
things.
it.
So
I love that. Orchard Street?
Orchard Street.
Where's Orchard Street?
If you know where like Beacon Street is, and
up by Lookout Street and stuff like that.
Yeah, over there in that area.
Yeah,
I don't know, like off of Washington Street, back in there.
Yeah. Great.
Super fun.
Super fun. Sunday, July 1st, you get the celebration of Mass at St. Peter's Park at 10. Procession following the celebration. The Blessing of the Fleet at 3. A concert at St. Peter's Park, U.S. Navy Band. 4:45, the sports events, Sailboat Races and Greasy Pole. 6:30, children's Fiesta contest. I don't know what that is. Something for the fun for the kids at 6:30. 7:15, the award ceremony. Carnival open till midnight. And at 10:15, the raffle drawings and closing processions.
Also at on June 30th, is that a Saturday? June 30th. Is Playtime Stories at Gloucester Stage. They're acting out Laura how do you say her last name? Ventimiglia's book, Nona, What is St. Peter's Fiesta?
Oh, very nice. What time?
10 o'clock. Playtime Stories is at 10 o'clock.
At Gloucester Stage.
Yeah.
That's good, because you know what? Perfect about that time?
Yeah.
Because kids at Fiesta are just dying to get down to the rides and all that stuff.
Right.
So like 10 o'clock in the morning when your kids are like that in between time when you drive going crazy, you're just like, get them down there, get them down to the Gloucester Stage. It'd be perfect. Anyway, there's a link in the show notes to all of that, so you can go at any time. This week, I'm going to sticky it to the top of the blog. I'll take last week's podcast out and I'll sticky the Fiesta schedule. Happy birthday to our friend Craig Kimberly. It was his 47th birthday, I think, yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday, Craig.
Our pal. Nichole, you went your second time to the Boston Cannons, which is like, what do you call it, pro lacrosse, semi-pro lacrosse?
They're our major league lacrosse team. So, lacrosse, I think, is my kids don't play yet, but I think more and more every year, more kids are starting to play youth lacrosse. But it is, we do a lot of minor league baseball in my house. We do a lot of the Paw Sox and the Sea Dogs and the Lowell Spinners and even the Navigators, which are not minor league, but collegiate futures baseball. So we talk a lot about how minor league baseball is the way to go. So this is actually major league lacrosse, but for people not in the know, it probably feels like the equivalent, just because the lacrosse isn't, I hate to say, not as popular. But anyway, the Boston Cannons are the Boston Major League Lacrosse team, and they started, that I found out through you, a great initiative called Cannons in Your Community. They wanted their home field is Harvard Stadium, and they wanted to spread the word, about the team and about Major League Lacrosse. So they did 2 games down in Hingham and 2 games on the North Shore, which happened to be at Endicott College. And so we went to both to take some photographs. One was last night, one was a couple weeks ago. And just, phenomenal, like completely fan friendly, which for me is really, really important. I spent a ton of time at Fenway Park, and I love it there more than anything. But for the kids to be able to go and like literally meet all the players and get autographs and signatures and shake their hand, and they're all taking selfies on the field, and just really, really fan friendly. A lot of kid activities to do, cornhole and kids games and big Jenga. And
lacrosse is exciting to begin with.
You know what? I've never. I hope my boys will start playing. They're just so busy with their hockey and whatever else. But I had never seen. We had a lot of lacrosse in college, but I had never seen like this type of level of of lacrosse. It's crazy. I mean, it is such a fun sport to watch.
Flying around with sticks, bashing each other.
And when we went to the first game, it was Baptiste. It was his first game with the Cannons. Really big, new sign for the Boston Cannons, and he was so much fun to watch. And then like right there in the crowd with all the kids afterwards. And last night they played the New York Lizards. And Paul Rabel is, I guess, one of the
what names? Cannons and Lizards.
Right, I know, right? They play the Hounds at home on July 28th is their next home game. They're on the road until then. And they played the launch. Somebody launched Florida launch last time we went.
Yeah, I was thinking probably has to be Cape Canaveral kind of a launch.
Yeah, right.
It's either got to be Houston launch, from. It's either got to be something to do with NASA, right?
Oh, see, I was thinking both. Oh. Either way, but so Paul Rabel is one of the best Major League Lacrosse players, and they won last night. It was great. It was 10-10 the bottom of the third quarter rather. So I had hockey on the brain, And then the first 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, the Cannons scored 3 goals right in a row, and then they ended up winning 15-3. But so super fast, action-packed game. Can't say enough about it.
Where does lacrosse come from, and do you think it's getting more popular?
Indian, right?
In this?
Didn't the Indians?
I thought it was British.
British? It's a British thing.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no,
No,
I'm not
okay.
sure. We could Google it.
Yeah,
I want to say. I want to say.
speak
I want to
to
say
I
it
think
was
it's getting more
like.
and more popular.
I mean, I graduated college in 1993. I'm old, and lacrosse was really big back then. But I think as far as a spectator sport, but it's funny. Some of the kids who were sitting with their dad next to me yesterday just participated in the Futures. Cannons do a Futures lacrosse camp, and the kids had obviously just participated in that and loved it. But they go to all the games, so. They were hi, to the players as if they were their next door neighbor, and they are all players.
Every year, exponentially, more high schools and schools
Are offering
lacrosse.
Yeah.
When I was in, back when I was in school, we didn't have a lacrosse team. Now, just about does almost every high school have a lacrosse team now?
But we have more
teams than not have a lacrosse team now.
Yeah.
Whereas when I was in high school,
Do you think
only
it's-
the prep
do you
schools
think
had
it's
it.
more dangerous or less
So this
dangerous
is
than
interesting.
football?
Lacrosse was started by the Native American Indians.
That's what I said. Didn't I say that?
You said Indians.
Oh, I thought you went East Indians.
Indians. You
East
said
Indians.
Indians.
Where the fuck did you get East?
Well, because
Indians.
Because you see a lot of people playing lacrosse in Britain.
in Britain, and so then
No,
that
I said Indians.
Indians. You
Okay,
meant-
Native American
you,
Indians.
You meant Native American Indians.
As
Yeah.
opposed to East Indians from India.
I didn't say East. I said
I know,
Indians.
but I took it as East Indians, I'm saying.
Yes, you meant
So
Native
you were
American.
correct. They were started by the Native American
Right.
Indians.
So you just asked about whether it's more dangerous or less dangerous than, what did you say? You didn't say hockey, football. Yeah, so it's funny. I didn't know it was such a contact sport. I mean, they were getting clotheslined with
Yeah.
long sticks.
Yes, and they
it was
have much
just
less
slap
padding
the
than
sound.
hockey.
Do they have
Yeah.
any padding?
Yeah.
They do have
Hardly any.
they do have some,
Like on the-
but
but
not
not
what you
nearly
would.
as much.
Because if you see the way they hit each other with the
Crazy.
sticks,
The
'cause-
noise is,
and the
deafening.
noise is just clank clank, and
Yeah.
if that stick
they
hits you,
helmets?
they have helmets,
yeah, but that's about
but
it.
they have pads over their elbows.
Shoulder pads.
Shoulder
but their
pads,
legs
but-
are bare. Their arms are pretty much bare.
They're hacking at each
Yeah.
other, and I think it's just like soccer. As long as you can justify that you're going for the ball, you can still keep whacking.
Yeah, I
You know
was
what I mean?
surprised at. You know what? I wish I knew more about the sport because I was surprised there was a lot of whistling going on, which would normally indicate a stop and play. But there was whistling going on, and the play was still going on, and it would be really methodical, and they're playing catch, they're thinking about trying to get the goal, and then all of a sudden it explodes into this crazy fast pace.
There's plays, yeah.
Yes.
They're running plays,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, it was. So I can't say enough about it. I would.
They have wait. I want to
recommend-
mention the most important thing that you've glossed over.
Oh yeah,
The beer
You want
tent.
to talk about the beer garden?
Oh,
Yeah.
the beer garden. Yes.
Yeah.
What's
So
the-
the tickets range from bleacher seats, which are still really close to the field, and a great experience, to what they called, at least at Endicott College, was the Optum Club that has food and a beer garden. But then down where you check in, there's a whole craft beer section, they called it, with lawn games and a bunch of different breweries are there, and snacks and whatnot.
There's a lot to do. I'm telling you. How much is a regular ticket? Do you remember?
I don't know, but you can go.
I
on
guarantee you
Boston
that. I guarantee that.
Cannons.
I'm not going to guarantee, but I'm going to guess. I won't guarantee, but I will guess
Yes.
that the tickets are $25 or less,
Wow.
maybe, or $50 less.
Yeah, I don't know, and I haven't been to a home game at Harvard, so I can't speak to the difference between
Good.
what the Endicott crowd had and what Boston has.
You and your phone today.
Oh, long story short, I think definitely go to the BostonCannons.org website or .com website and get tickets for the 28th, for July 28th. Again, it's back at Harvard Stadium, but such a great thing to do with the kids.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to try to go again. So, good stuff.
Baby, if I have my kids, what day is it? A Saturday? Well, the last two games have been on Saturdays, haven't they?
Yeah, I think that was just maybe because they were at Endicott. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe they're always on Saturdays. The 28th is a Saturday, so yeah, maybe they're always.
If I
on
have the
Saturdays.
kids, maybe we'll bring all
We
the.
should
We'll get a bunch of families and go.
That'd be
a
awesome.
fun time.
It would for sure.
All right. Well, we'll look into that. Feather and Wedge brunch every Sunday is people are raving about it. Nichole, a different place for brunch.
Yeah, the Blues buffet brunch at Mile Marker. 8
that
to
even
12.
sounds just delicious.
Right, 8 to
Blues
12
buffet.
on Sunday. You sit outside on that bridge deck, underneath the red umbrellas, and they have a big long buffet that's really yummy. Make your own or build your own omelets. You don't make it; you just point. I'm sure Board of Health has issues with that. I don't know. Build your own omelet, and of course, build your own Bloody Mary goes with the omelet. But live music right on the water down there. It's such a great time, and I love Feather and Wedge, and can't say enough about it. I haven't been to the brunch, but I think there's something to be said for rolling in at 8 o'clock with the kids in shorts and a t-shirt and being outside where they can run the dock and be a little bit more relaxed too. So it's a great way to do it.
I like pulling up on my kayak to listen to the music there.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah,
nice,
that's great.
Nice.
That place is
Good.
Mile Marker has. I mean, in the last 7 years or so, just
You hear about them all the time. They're doing all kinds
like
of
Great
blown
music.
up,
great things.
Yeah.
blown up.
What do you attribute that to, Nichole?
Great planning, great community outreach. They host a lot of really great events there. They're really smart in the different crowds they try to cater to. They have something for everyone down there, and all the distinct, rather, parts of the marina for different types of events, from the big, tented area to the new little river view sun deck. They can do 3 or 4 things at once if they plan it properly, and they do. It's just a really great
Nice.
place.
Fun. Super fun.
I'd be remiss if I did. Are you okay?
Oh, excuse me.
Kim must be exhausted.
No
I
coffee.
am exhausted. 'Cause
You haven't stopped.
The
You
chips.
guys-
It's a piping plover thing every morning at 4:30. So.
Jesus. We're going to get to the plovers. I just have to make sure I mention Patty Amaral. Thank you so much. She brought me a dozen eggs from her chicken. She's one of these chicken people. Her chickens have not been eaten by coyotes.
Right, chicken eggs, fresh eggs are the best thing in the world.
Fresh
oh my
eggs.
God,
So
I love them. They're so good.
I'd also like to thank Susan Lipsit, which we're bummed out that she's not here because she's a great guest.
Yeah, and
But she went to,
Donuts!
she talked about it last week. She went to the King Arthur what she considers to be one of the best baking schools, kind of like they do baking classes. Like,
well, it was so interesting when she was talking about that, because
Oh my
whenever
God.
Really good.
whenever
Oh
I'm
my God.
googling a recipe, like I'll come across King, because they post a lot of their recipes, and they're fabulous recipes on
Yeah.
their website.
That's the
And-
best cinnamon donut I've ever had.
it's phenomenal. Yeah, really good. So thank you, Susan, for the
Thank you
donuts.
for pre-testing them, because I'm deciding which one I'm going to take home with me.
I like that your listeners can't see that you have your half-bitten donut sitting on top of your dozen eggs.
Well, that's what we do.
Right?
Wrong pipe.
Oh, I hate that. Do you have water, or do you have
No, I
water
don't have
coffee?
anything because
You
I'm
want
not
some water?
prepared. No, I'm fine.
Want some
I'm
water,
fine.
water?
I'm fine.
You've got a jug right there.
Yeah, I know. I'll be fine. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Cara Piske is here, and she wants to talk about her new office space. Very exciting.
Very lovely.
It is very exciting because I've been in business 18 years now, and I had my own office for 10 years until they sold the building there in Manchester. So I've been literally searching for like 3 years, and I found this place through a random Google search. Commercial real estate, for rent, by water, near me.
Wow.
And it's on Lake Sontag in Peabody. So beautiful landscaping. Kim, you would love all the flowers and gardens there. And I just opened up this week, but I'm going to be offering a Monday mindfulness meditation drop-in from 12 to 1, just noontime drop-in. So anyone that works down the line that wants to come over for lunch. There's a
Very
beautiful
nice.
porch that we can be outside in the
So
on the porch
so
overlooking the
explain
lake.
explain the scenario. I go there and I sit on the porch and you're with me.
yes.
And so then what happens?
Well, it won't always be on the porch, so the meditations will be different each Monday. Some will be sitting meditation, some will be walking meditation, some will be guided meditation.
How do you interact with the person if they need to meditate?
Starting with some instruction, and then question and answer, and then sitting and doing the practice.
And that gets you to a place where they are serene and relaxed and
A deeper relaxed state.
deeper
Yes.
relaxed state, which is very there are incredible healthful benefits to if you can't get to a deeply relaxed state and you are successful to get them there. And I imagine there's a lot of people that would that could use that kind of help.
And you can learn to do it very quickly. And there's a lot of research out about the benefits of mindfulness meditation and any kind of meditation. But mindfulness becomes a daily practice where no matter what you are doing, you can bring some mindfulness to even the aspect of washing dishes, where you start to just be aware of the water and the movement of the hand, and you're not thinking. So much of people's inner dialogue interrupts their relaxed state. They're worrying,
No
or
question.
they're frustrated, or they're disappointed, they're angry in their own
Monkey
minds.
chitter-chatter
Yeah,
in your head
you know,
all
the
the
monkey
time.
mind, exactly.
Anxiety.
So, and it creates
There's a lot of
anxiety.
people. There's a lot of people that have these kind of.
So it's about letting go of those kinds of monkey minds. So, getting rid of the monkey mind is getting rid of the intrusive thoughts that create.
You just said monkey
Anxiety.
mind twice, and you didn't really explain monkey mind. Go ahead.
Oh, it's just the chatter, the chatter in our heads.
Oh.
So, and a lot of the chatter is negative. So it's about changing the thoughts to being more positive, slowing the mind. And I think one of the biggest disservice anyone can do to teach meditation is tell people that they have to stop their thoughts, because it's literally impossible to stop
Stop your
thoughts.
thoughts.
Maybe master meditators who've been doing it for decades, but for the average person, it's about slowing the thoughts, thinking more positively. And
How do you refocus someone that constantly so say they walk into a room and it's filled with flowers and whatever, and it's just perfect temperature, and it's a day off, and they find something negative, and then 5 sentences in a row there's a negative thought that comes out of their mind. How do you readjust them to try to find the positive instead of the negative?
So for my practice, it's through teaching them self-hypnosis. And with self-hypnosis, giving them suggestions, direct and indirect suggestions to think more positively. And then through the repetitiveness of practicing self-hypnosis or the repetitiveness of practicing meditation, you can start to shift. But somebody who sits in that more negative state, the longer they're in it, the harder it is to shift. So, for me, a lot of it is trying to be around people that are more positive. I have less time in my life for those kind of negative thinkers, and I can tell you we have had particularly neighbors who might be a little bit more negative, but whenever we go outside and they're complaining about the weather, we say, but look how beautiful the plants look. It's been raining, but the grass is green, the plants are beautiful, and the more they hear positive, they start to think more positively.
They either think more positively or they just don't talk to you anymore.
But you get to hint that,
Sometimes you try to so sometimes when you're dealing with really negative people and it becomes, so I have some people that I deal with on a daily basis, maybe through work, maybe not through work, and every day it's just something, a negative thought, and you try to come out with something positive, and it becomes a game of, okay, let's see how far I can get this guy to go out of his way to bring something negative up. Like when I hit him with some 2 or 3 great things in a row. Let's see what comes out of his mouth, how he's going to spin it to say something negative. And it's just it's amazing.
Oh, that's so good. 'Cause I have a super Eeyore-ish neighbor, and
what was me, Eeyore?
yeah, and I don't even know what to say, but I'll try that.
Yeah.
That's a really
No, you try to come over the top on him
Yeah.
with something doubly positive, and then
that's
you put
exactly what I
you
do.
put them in a position where they mentally have to consciously say to themselves, if they do go to the negative, which they're programmed to do, to
always
acknowledge in their head, Jesus, what a fucking asshole I am. You know what I mean?
Or, they'll just start to think a little bit more positively. Yeah. And not self-deprecate themselves, but just start to realize, oh yeah, the sun is shining. Oh yeah, the water looks beautiful. Yeah. And we're so lucky here. There's so much positivity around us. Every time I drive over the Andrew Wyeth Bridge, I can't help but notice the beautiful water on either side of the bridge.
Right.
You know, and you can look out to the ocean. And
Yeah. Oh, I hear you.
So-
You must get a lot of not just negative people, because I would imagine that super negative people sometimes aren't very motivated to go and do something like that. You must get a lot of, like, I get claustrophobic, like right now I'm looking at the clock and I get claustrophobic about like the to-do lists and all the things. It's not being negative, it's like the constantly on the go and worrying about the next 15 things that have to get done.
Well, when you
I wish I
have
could
with
just
your
have
schedule, I can
flow.
imagine that's
Yeah.
that's. But I don't know how there's a solution.
Well-
Only because let me just say, and then you'll correct me because I'm going to let you. I'm setting you up, so just bear with me. Like with someone like Nichole, right, who has 2 kids that are scheduled. They are scheduled. They have hockey. They have this. They have that. We are going to this awesome event here this weekend. We are not having a chill day. We are on the go because that's what we do as Schraffts, right? So, and then she has a full. Then she has a full. She's a full-time mom. She's a full-time job. She's killing herself working. So. How does she? So now there's the softball I just pitched to you because you were so patient waiting for me.
Well, but then there's like I'm gonna add the late night, like I was up until 1:30 going through Canon photos. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not there's like no time management here either. So right, I welcome. Let's make this about me right now. I
Yes.
welcome any.
But
Go.
it's an example of any parent with young kids that also works and has other responsibilities.
And
so here's a
interests as
mantra.
well.
This is one of my favorite mantras is each day in every way I do the best that I can. And you let go of some of that overwhelming sense of responsibility because you can't do everything and you can't do everything well.
Say that again. Each
day in every way I do the best that I can.
I want you to
I
say
like
it.
that.
Say it.
Each day in every way I do the best that I can. Each day in every way we do the best. I do the best that I can. Each day in every way I do the best that I can.
And most mantras,
I
you
like
repeat
that.
them 3 times, and that's part of the repetitiveness. And the nice thing about the drop-in meditation, because of the time issues, people don't have to get there right at noon. They don't, have to stay the whole hour.
Right.
It's more of a drop-in, and they'll get something out because you can relax as fast.
Peabody is not so far away from.
It's 20
Beverly.
minutes.
From campus.
Well, and it's 20 minutes from
Satellite
my
access.
door to my office is 20 minutes as long as there's not a traffic jam.
Nice.
So it's right off of Route 1, exit 44. You take that exit, and it's right there on the on the left. It's the old Salt and Stall Mansion, which it's real historical. It was a well-known Brahmin family that owned it. And there's a yoga studio there. There's a salon with massage. And
Wonderful.
I'm there with the Reiki hypnosis and
Nice.
meditation.
Love
So beautiful grounds to walk.
There you go. More information at dreamtimewellness.com, I imagine.
Yes.
Anything for you to add?
Well, I was just going to say, since we were talking about it, there are certain yoga teachers that I don't go to anymore because when you're in yoga and they start talking about, so you're just getting all deeply relaxed, and then they'll say, now, don't think about your to-do list.
You're like, bing, 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 bing.
That's one of the
In my
first things.
brain.
I'm like, fuck!
That's one of the first things they teach you in hypnosis training is to never use the word "don't." And their example is if you say "don't think about pink elephants," what do you think about?
Oh, damn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
But I don't want to hear. Whether they said even if they said do think about your to-do list.
No.
I just don't want to
Oh,
hear
your
that.
to-do list,
My
yeah.
to-do list.
No, you don't.
No
Because it's
doubt.
huge, and I don't want
Right.
to go there at that very moment.
Kim, you will be at the Rockport Art Association speaking to the Rockport Garden Club on July 9th, and it's open to the public.
It is, and it's a wonderful wine and cheese reception, and it's kind of a really nice special event.
Rockport, it's at the Rockport Art Association.
Association.
And did you do a post about it yet?
Yes, I put a
All right,
save
so I'll find the
date.
link, and you
Yeah.
can find more information at the link.
Right.
You wanted to speak a little bit about Manchester and how they have been handling the dogs on the beach.
Right, because I was speaking to one of our wonderful piping plover volunteer monitors, Julia, and she lives in Manchester, and she was saying that every year dogs are a super contentious issue that comes up all the time in their city, in their town.
You mean it's not just
communities.
Gloucester?
Yes, not just Gloucester. And but how they handle it is because dog people always want more time on the beach, so they just stick to this rule: 6 months on, 6 months off. So from April 15th to October 15th, it's people on the beach, and then from October 15th through April 15th, it's dogs on the beach, and it's exactly 6 months. And she said that that's how they do it, and I was just thinking, wow, that just sounds so super fair to me. You know what I mean? Anyways, I just thought it was just putting that out there, food for thought for, because it's just interesting to learn about how, because I've been doing it in Winthrop and Revere now, but Manchester's just closer to home, and they have Singing Beach, and Singing Beach is equally as popular
Very popular, yeah.
as Good Harbor Beach is. So, anyways, just thought it was super interesting.
Nichole had a topic: music at the beach series in Rockport on Mondays.
Starting this Monday, so this started last year at the gazebo at Back Beach, and it was Wednesday nights, I think, last summer, but this summer it is every Monday starting tomorrow. The coolest thing about this is it was started by Wyatt Wilkinson, who is 10, I think, this summer, and his great little brother Finn didn't start this, but I don't want to not mention his brother Finn because he's phenomenal. But Wyatt Wilkinson and Bruce Reed, a Rockport resident, put their heads together and thought it would be great. I think, and I hope I'm not wrong, but I feel like Awesome Rockport was involved last year in giving them a grant to pursue this, and it's just free music at the gazebo on Monday nights this year from 6 to 8, starting tomorrow with Pier Ave. July 2nd is the band called the Headlands. July 16th is Satch Cairns.
Oh, my boy Satch.
Right, and
Satch still doing it.
Oh yeah, he is. He's awesome. He coaches all sorts of Rockport sports now as a dad, but is also still doing
His
it with
alter
band.
ego
He's
is
great.
rock star.
July 30th is Fly Marrow. August 13th is Mary Martin and the Lucky Boys. August 20th is Nolage, and then August 27th is Dan King and Friends. So all phenomenal lineup right there. You bring a picnic, you bring your beach chairs, you bring a blanket. Kids run around, totally free. Great, like small town thing to do.
It's kind of like the Thursdays on the Hill in Gloucester.
Right,
that has blossomed
Harbor
into
Loop,
like an incredible thing.
They still have the symphony there too.
They have Sunday night music down there. It's I haven't done it in a while, but it's like bandstand music usually. But yeah, also a great thing to do. I love the summer concert series music at the beach, just because it was the brainstorm of a Rockport youth who was like, I want to bring music to the beach, and made it happen. Pitched to the selectmen and got the funding and planned it, and he's there every time it happens.
And how old is he?
He's 10. He's 10.
Wow!
Right?
Wow!
Right?
Wow!
So thanks to Wyatt and Bruce, it's happening again this summer, starting tomorrow. So good stuff.
A future entertainment mogul.
Right?
Tell me about your staycation at the Beauport.
It was great. It was Finn's birthday, and we've just been extra busy this year. So last year we did a little trip for both of their birthdays. Thatcher's the end of May and Finn's the end of June, but I went to Key West with a bunch of girlfriends this year, so we couldn't fit it in. So we did a night at the Beauport because they had a really great rate midweek pre-summer kickoff rate. And so I went in the afternoon and checked in and delivered his little birthday gifts and our luggage. And then I used you, and I faked a phone call on the way home. They were at school for camp that day because it was teacher prep week. And I had a fake phone call with Joey saying that you asked me to go take a photo at the Beauport, and Finn immediately launched it. It's always about photos. We have to take it my birthday.
Finn sold
Right?
you out.
I know, right? So then we got there, and of course the guys who opened the door said, "Oh, welcome back. Hey, happy birthday, dude." And Finn was like, "What?" And I was like, because I forgot to tell them that it would be a surprise, and I brought Finn back. But he's so funny. We got up there, and we went into the room because I told them that Joey wanted a picture of the greasy pole from the hotel, like the view. I don't know, I'm making this up as we were going along.
That's great.
And to get the great rate, we got a city view room, which for me is even better because we live on the ocean. I don't need to look at the ocean, but to see like the working waterfront is really fun. So he opened the window, he opened the curtains, and there's no greasy pole. And he's like, "I don't know how you're gonna do this, Mom. There's no greasy pole." But meanwhile, all of his gifts are like stacked up on the chair in the middle of the room. And he didn't even notice that they were presents. I mean, that's like maybe that calls attention to how spoiled my children are. They don't even notice presents.
He's just getting older too.
But so we had a great time. So they opened he opened his presents there, and we went up to the roof and had dinner up there. They have a small menu up at the rooftop bar, but the kids were just in the pool in the hot tub all night. And the pool closes at 10. It was Wednesday, so the free Hut Fudge Sundae cart gets wheeled up there on Wednesday evenings, and they hand out free a Sunday bar. You know, you make your own.
I was looking for a
Build
post.
your
Did
own
you do a
Sunday.
post about this?
No, I haven't
Where
yet.
did I see it then? Was it on Facebook?
My own Facebook.
Are you doing a post on it?
I will, yeah.
Oh, okay. Just so I
I
can.
am so backed up, Joey. I
No,
do
I'm
the
sorry.
canyons, I do the music
No
at the
pressure.
beach,
No pressure.
right?
No pressure.
Yeah.
I feed you these things because I
Crazy.
figured you would like to do the cannons.
Yeah,
thing.
no, I love it. No,
Okay.
you know, I
All right.
totally love it.
Okay.
That's why I just, but it's like the after the event is over, you know, getting the photos together and then actually doing a post about it.
Oh, I
Sometimes I
know.
run out of time to
You
get to
just-
it, so I'm behind,
It's
which
very
I
easy to
welcome
get
because some
into
nights
it.
I'm like I have nothing to write about, and then I panic. So it's nice to be backed up. It's just I'm not as relevant. But no, we had a great time, and then they went on the hurricane Cape Ann Whale Watch with school because we get out of school super early. So Freddie took them down to the boat at 9:30 in the morning for a whale watch, and I went up to the deck by myself for an hour and a half. When I was sitting there on the deck reading a book, having anxiety about the fact that I should hurry up and get to work, so that I left at 11 and I went to work. I should have gone right
I
to
was
you.
gonna say-
I should have gone right to you.
You couldn't enjoy yourself up there.
I sat there until 11, then I was having wicked guilt that I really should have been at my desk.
I could
So,
seriously help you with that.
they're just setting up the bar. I didn't. I went back to my desk and sulked a little bit, but it's good stuff. I mean, we all know how great the Beauport is. It's not, you know, not something we can do on a regular basis, but it was really great.
I
And
love the Beauport as well.
yeah,
It's phenomenal.
you got Rocky Neck accommodations.
I have to-
yeah,
I
you
have to.
should. It's phenomenal.
That penthouse
yeah,
is just so bad.
yeah.
You know, it's a lot less money, I think, midweek than it is during the weekends.
Is it?
But it's, you know, but it's
Even
you
in the
could
summertime?
put a family up in that. In
Yeah,
that
so I haven't stayed there, but both my mom and my dad separately have stayed there, and we've had like, you know, birthday cake on the deck kind of thing, and then gotten out of the studio. For me, the reason we went to the Beauport because of the novelty of being able to access that rooftop pool
deck, yeah.
with the kids was great. But yeah, later in the summer to be able to kayak right off or paddleboard for us
Oh,
right off. Rocky Neck
you guys go.
Promenade.
You guys go for the sushi at the studio all the time too, don't
Yeah,
you?
we do.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
it's
do
a
too.
total no-brainer. We'll actually go.
I guess I got
and
this
then we'll
person
pack
right
up
that.
the fish and chips.
So you know how they send me the press release all the time, and I post it.
Right.
And some people say that it's a scam. It's not a scam.
I go
It's not
every
a
time
scam.
almost every time I see that.
It is so not a scam, and this is the thing: the people they're not really keeping track of. If it's a gorgeous Saturday, they generally don't do the half off. But if it's like raining out, they want people to know, come here, we'll feed you for half price because we want our servers to be busy and you can get half off. It's not every day.
Right.
Right.
But when
Well,
and
the
pretty
prices, I mean, how could that be a scam? Like, we're talking $4 fish and chips for the kids when it's half price.
right.
We get one to go for lunch the next day. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
It's
you're
not a
like,
scam, right? Those are real prices.
Yeah.
I mean, it may bother you,
Yeah.
but I'm sorry, it's a real deal.
And for sushi, it's just
And their sushi's phenomenal.
Yeah.
This- Am I right?
Yeah,
You're a
phenomenal.
sushi eater. It is phenomenal.
We go. My kids get they both get avocado maki roll each. They get the edamame, which is phenomenal there. They get a fish and chips that they split, and then what else do they get? Oh, the truffle fries. Where we go, these truffle fries
so
they say everywhere we
good.
go because
And they have the Captain
oh,
Joe's
not
roll.
everyone has.
I-
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's
That's
really
one of my
good
favorites
Too.
with the mango.
Yeah, I love that one too, and I love the shrimp tempura one. That's really good.
I always get confused. The Gloucester
get the-
Harbor roll, and then there's another one, the Good Harbor roll. I always get the two confused. Which
I
one
get the
like
studio roll and the Good Harbor roll. Those are the two I
Which
get.
is the one that has
Like the
mango
studio.
in it?
You know something? I
Yeah.
don't even remember. I just know they're awesome.
Yeah.
They're so over. They're so good.
And they're one of the few places where you can get toro. They almost always have fresh toro, the fatty tuna.
Oh, I've never gotten that before.
Speaking of tuna,
Oh,
you like this
Hey,
segue?
hey,
Hey, ready? Speaking of tuna, tonight is the final episode of this season of Wicked Tuna, which also happens to be the 100th episode anniversary. So we are off to Bass Pro Shops for the National Geographic / Wicked Tuna
Oh, that's tonight.
premiere party tonight
Nice.
down at Foxborough. So we're going to spend the night down there, but kids are super psyched to see this,
Wow.
the finale in the room with
right.
all the captains and crew.
Your kids
and
are.
whatnot.
Your kids
oh my
are.
God. So
Right.
You're
wow.
like they're blessed. Your kids
And
are
then
blessed.
Thatcher has to catch the bus at 9:30 in the morning to go on a 5-day hiking trip with the Appalachian Mountain Club, climbing eight peaks in 5 days.
So will he go right from Foxborough?
Good luck when he gets back.
Yes.
He won't be a bear when he gets back. He won't be a bear.
I know, it's bad parent planning.
No, it is not. It's great. It just, it just sets him up for life to be able to do want to do stuff.
Is going out.
I'm so sad I can't go. It's
don't
two
wanna-
phenomenal teachers from school taking a group of 11 kids, and I just wanted Thatcher to do it without me. You know what I mean? But I'm sad. I'd like to do it like tandem, while he's doing it. But I wanted him to go and be without mom or dad. But it's a great trip.
opportunity.
Great trip. That's wonderful.
I had the best. I had the best weekend I've had in a long time. I lucked out and got Friday afternoon off. Friday morning, Madeline had her move-up ceremony from grade school to middle school. So they had a ceremony. I got to go to that, which I normally don't get to go to these things. So and then I had the afternoon off, and her team won the Essex County in her division.
In her division.
U12
Awesome.
soccer, whatever. I don't want to be that obnoxious, braggy parent. We got to spend 2 full days together. We got a hotel room in Concord. We had dinner at Paparazzi. We went we got to 3 soccer games with all the parents and all the kids running around. You know those experiences. I don't know if you.
Wonderful.
They didn't.
It wasn't like that when we were little.
It wasn't like that when we were little. We didn't go on, away. We didn't travel, 2 hours to go to a soccer tournament when we were kids. It's gotten more and more like that, and almost crazy. But these trips.
The team is like family now.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. Like these teams, you're part of a team for many, many months, and there's something
so
super special
awesome.
about it.
Yeah, and just being able to spend a one-on-one time with her is just so great. This was really cool. Lat 43. They have Zach Sears, who used to be the chef there, the main head chef, and for years he was the head chef. All of a sudden, I see him kind of like walking around. He's got fancy clothes on, and he's at the front of the house. I put 2 and 2 together, and now it makes sense that they posted the other day. He's the general manager at Lat 43, but he saved a little baby seagull. Like a little seagull must have fell off the roof there, and he put it in a little cardboard box with some stuff,
sweet.
and they took some really nice pictures and submitted them. He says, Zach Sears, not just the GM, but also the seagull saver. Or
Seagull
something
saver.
like that.
Wildlife rescue.
Kim with the big lens. What did you see?
A whole family of common-iders with common-ider. There must be 14 babies out there with like.
Oh, they've been
They've
here
forth.
for.
Yeah.
They're so cute, but all the aunties are there. It's
It is
really-
so cute.
They've been here for like 3 weeks.
We were by the
every
paint
day.
factory the other day.
Every morning. Remember how a couple of years, last year, every early morning when it's low tide, the black crowned night herons are out here.
there.
Every morning he's been here too,
Yeah.
or she, because it's the ugly one. It's the one that's brown. It's
Right,
usually the female.
that's the
right?
female, right? But
Yeah.
those are a couple of families there. So usually it's
For the eiders, you mean?
for the eiders, it's a couple of families.
Yeah, because usually there's like 6 or 7, and not 14.
Yeah, there's
a lot.
14, and then the aunts help raise the babies as well. So they kind of communal female raising of the babies.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
So you wonder how Kim gets these phenomenal photos, and she just walked in with this like monstrous lens.
What is that?
It's 100 to 400 millimeters.
Yeah.
It's
Beautiful.
you know what? I have to give a huge shout out to
Oh, that's right.
Hunt's photo.
I love them. Melrose. I love them.
I do love them. They have helped me so many times.
So tell them what happened.
My video camera was the rocker on it where you zoom in and out. I've been having trouble with it for like a year, but there's never a free moment when I can be without my video camera. So I brought it in and I spoke to the manager, Scott, and there was a record of me, but and I'd also bought the Mac warranty, but instead of making me send it in and wait 2 weeks for them to diagnose it, and he just gave me a brand new camera.
That's amazing.
And that's why you do business those kind of
And
places.
that's why you do. That's why you
Yeah.
go there instead of buy camera equipment online. Because what would you do? Call Amazon and say, who do you call? Who do you speak to at Amazon?
Who are you going to call?
I was just thinking years ago when I had my like back in when I was at Fenway back like 04, 05, 06, I had some Canon issues. I remember having to go to Dry Dock Ave, like in some warehouse down there, and like leave my camera for like 2 or 3 weeks to see if they could fix it. It was a nightmare. I just had a flashback to like driving down to Dry Dock Ave trying to find this like weird little Canon shop. But I bought a lot at Hunt since then, the one in Kenmore Square, if they're still there, or the one in Melrose. It's great.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
a
where our
bad
cameras are
drive.
from
Yeah.
too.
It's
I
not
need
a
a
bad
used big
drive.
lens like that. Mine, I have a 300 slow lens and a 200 2.8, but
You know what?
I need a nice
I have 2
400.
of these now.
What is the
I do.
aperture on that one?
Only
Okay.
5.6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Four something.
nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. The
Yeah,
aperture.
but you have to be. So
Right.
I mean,
You-
with nice light, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You're just getting in there, though.
And also, it has a very nice diffuse background, even at 5.6 and 4.0. But for me, the analog controls on this are so easy. So I can boost the ISO and get very good shots, even in low light. Of because at dawn there's not a whole lot of light, but the light is beautiful too. So
Right.
anyways, I now have 2 of these lenses. So one is in the shop, and so because it was just so nerve-wracking, like with one of these out of commission. Anyways,
So I want to finish up with the plover update. There's still a lone plover
we have our one little chip.
survivor.
We call him Little Pip, named by one of our wonderful volunteers, Heather Hall. And so it's actually Little Pip's 2-week birthday yesterday, that's and I'm ready to post now, so it'll be ready for tonight if you want to link to it. And that's really a huge milestone for a piping plover because their chances of survival improve exponentially. He's much better at listening to voice commands, and of course they can't defend themselves yet, but he's so strong, and he's very feisty, and he's just it's just beautiful to see. Yeah. One of these days I'm going to, because I went back and I have all my information from, piping plover 1 day old, 2 day old, 3 day old from last year, so I'll do that again this year, and I'd love to make a growth chart, you know what I mean, like to show the difference of how dramatic it is in just 4 weeks.
Yeah.
He'll be doing little unsustained flights in about another 2 weeks, which will be really wonderful to see. That's the big thing, when they can fly, because when they can fly, they can get away from predators. So.
Our little house finches are all gone.
They're all gone, yeah.
They're all gone.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote about how you'd be super sad when they left. Somebody wrote that, like, I forget, on one of your Facebook things.
Well, it's funny, they didn't all
trust
leave.
me, you're going to be devastated when they're
My cousin,
gone.
you know who did that? The most like probably the least guy that you would think that would be like tough guy, like my cousin Joe Marcantonio, like man's man. You're gonna be so sad with like the crying emojis. One left one day.
Okay.
And then another left like 2 days later, and then another 2 days the other left.
The other one left. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nothing came of the cowbird.
Yeah. Did the egg didn't hatch?
I haven't looked.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the deal is. I haven't looked
Maybe
to see if the egg is still
maybe
there.
the finches knew to push it out or something like that.
Right.
Or,
Yeah. I don't know.
Or some predatory thing could have come and eaten it as well. Like I know a friend who had a whole nest of robin's eggs right in her like stone crevices on her wall, and a snake came and ate them all.
Oh.
So,
A snake?
A snake.
We have
yes.
we have nesting cardinals in front of our house in a rose bush.
Oh, how
And
wonderful!
There was a starling with a worm. I think it was trying to go to the birds. Would it do that?
A starling go to a cardinal? I
It
don't
was,
know.
but it kept flying around. I kept chasing it away because I was afraid it might
Yeah, I
disrupt
don't
it.
know.
And the cardinals, the
Mom and Dad, they
mom
didn't
and dad,
like
they were freaking out.
Yeah. Starlings, I don't know.
They could kill the
Yeah, I
babies,
think
right?
so, too.
Yeah, but it was the weirdest thing because they had a worm in its mouth.
We
It
get
kept-
starlings over
Trying
here,
to-
right?
trying
Those are
to
the birds that I always have out on the wire over here.
Yes, those
Yeah,
are
those are
starlings.
starlings.
Yeah. So our piping plover is we have a great core group of monitors, and anybody who wants to volunteer can.
Ken Whitaker.
Ken Whitaker, our Gloucester conservation agent. He's awesome. He's our liaison with the city, and
Liaison.
he's doing a great job.
Tell me about you. Never mentioned the Google Docs thing that Catherine.
You know what? I
supervises.
don't look at that because I'm writing a movie and a children's book, and I don't want all the voices of other people in my ear. You know what I mean? So I do not look at that. There are.
It doesn't exist.
No, it's not that it doesn't exist. I just don't want.
Not for you. I understand.
Yeah,
you don't want to have any
right,
kind
so-
of
Right.
like noise.
Right. No, I just want to keep my thoughts
Monkey
about
Monkey
what
thoughts.
Monkey mind.
Monkey mind
focused on
things.
the plovers. What my
What the
perception-
true story is,
what
not
my
these
perce-
other people's
Right.
versions of
Well,
the
no,
of the
because-
of
because
it.
people overly whatever the word is, anthropomorphize, like
They give them human
Right.
traits.
Big word.
Right, big word.
Love
which I
it.
can't pronounce today. And so, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to write a story that is science-based, but also shows the human tender story of it. But I don't want to overly, say, the chick loves me and came up to me, or the chick, you know what I mean? Like, the chick is, that kind of thing. I try to not have that monkey chitter chatter in my head. You know what I mean? That's,
We're all monkeys.
Stay focused. You want to stay focused.
just staying very
Stay
focused.
focused.
Right.
I want to thank Nichole for bringing the vodka and the
Oh my god. Fake news once again.
Good morning,
fake
Paul.
news.
How are you?
My
He does that just for my head of school. Hi, Paul.
Fake news. What was his
Just
name?
kidding. Paul Horvitz, who submits amazing photos.
Uh,
And we're still waiting to get Paul on the blog to talk about some great school news that we have coming up.
Okay.
We had coffee and donuts here, Paul. FYI.
Right? Yes.
You should have him as a guest. We'll even let him pimp Harbor Light.
Yeah, that we would do. We have some things we want to talk about. We've just not been able to connect on a Sunday, so we will.
We'll have him in.
Yeah.
We'll get him drunk. Okay. All right. Well, this is GloucesterCast 285. Less hectic than last week's.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to actually mention people's names in the show notes this week. You can look forward to that.
It was great. I think everybody had
I had a blast last
I
week.
did
It's
too.
just,
I think so.
in the moment, I am mentally frazzled, and then it all happens, and it's fine. But
Yes. And you did a great job. I mean, you would never. I think it might.
I listen to it. I actually listen to our podcast often,
Yeah.
and I thought it was.
I thought it was a good one too.
Oh, you're the one.
For one guy.
See, fake news gets more fake news.
Yes.
No, I thought you did a great job managing it all. But it didn't sound confused when you listen to the audio.
Right.
It was very. We did have a lot.
I know Henry was saying you should like let it just run and not and let just banter happen while and not act like we pause it or anything like
Oh,
that.
really? Like just.
I was like, no. We
I
have a
don't know.
system.
Yeah.
We have to
There's a
stick
lot
with
of
this.
banter.
We could try it sometime, but I don't know.
A lot of banter. GloucesterCast 285, June 24th, Fiesta week is in the books.